Hello, my brothers and sisters. It's a wonderful evening. I'm happy to be here today to express myself when it comes to the affairs that we all know about marriage. Marriage is a very wonderful thing. It's a wonderful affair. It's a thing that everybody wants to be part of. I am very grateful that I'm in marriage, and it's a good thing. I wish everybody the same. But the problem of nowadays, or the problem of these days, is marriage is not what we expect it to be. Because the young men and the young women of these days, they don't want to live the life of the old, of our parents. So they are modernized. They are exposed to life. They are exposed to another kind of life. So if you are in this modern time, you understand that marriage these days are not working. It's not producing the positive impact that it's supposed to produce. Like in the days of old, our parents, it seems their marriage work more than our marriage of this day, of today. Because the reason why their marriage work is because the two couples come to understand that if marriage will work, there must be compromise. There must be tolerance. You must have patience. You must have love. These virtues are very important. These are the catalyst. These are the things that will make marriage to produce positive results. So if you don't have these qualities, then that marriage is heading for catastrophe. It's heading for a disaster. That marriage is not going to work. Because the only language marriage understands is compromise. You should not say, I am the head of this family, so everything must answer to me. Being the head of the family does not mean that you are going to be in control of everything in the house. It means that you are going to be the one to champion vital issues, vital things going on in the home. But people don't want it that way. Men want to operate like a dictatorship in marriage. They want to control. They want to be in charge. When I say you do, it's not going to work that way. This is not 1942 or 1930s or 1920s. This is 20th century. Things have changed. Marriage this time is like an institution. It's like you go to a secondary school. From secondary school, you enter high institution. That's how marriage is. It's a place of learning. You can never be perfect. You learn every day. You study. There are things you need to know. There are things you need to do to make your marriage to produce positive result. Once you fail to do this thing, your marriage is heading forward a disaster. In the Western world today, you see men and women, they are not in good terms solely because they refuse to compromise. But these are people that were married in Africa. They were living in harmony. But when they cross over to Europe, the marriage begin to head for destruction. It begin to head for separation. This one want to walk his way, the other one want to walk his way. They want to go out of marriage because they're no longer interested in the marriage anymore. The reason why this marriage did not work is because both of them refuse to understand the fact that marriage can only work when you have the vital things, the vital qualities, the qualities that make marriage to work. You must have it. If you don't have those qualities, marriage will not work. So marriage end up in domestic violence. If you love your wife, like you claim, why will you turn her to a punching bag? There's a saying that says, love your neighbor as you love yourself. Is that not what they said? There's a saying that goes that way. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. You love yourself so much, will you be punching yourself? You cannot punch yourself. If you cannot punch yourself, why will you punch somebody? Why will you punch? When we say somebody, not an ordinary person, your wife, the one that God has given to you, the gift of God to you, you don't cherish it. You don't love it enough. Little things will just tear problem. Little things will just tear quarrel. Little things will just tear stripes in the house. You begin to fight over irrelevant things. You begin to quarrel over irrelevant things. That is not how it is. We should learn to compromise. We should learn to live in a serene atmosphere, in a peaceful, harmonious atmosphere. That's what marriage requires. If we are to succeed, we need to understand each other. We need to compromise. We need to love. We need to be patient. We need to tolerate. All these are the vital qualities that will make marriage to produce positive results, make wonderful impact. So I want to use this forum to advise every one of us. Let us not look down on marriage. Let us not say, a marriage is not for me. Marriage is not, I'm not made for marriage. As a man, you say marriage is not for you. As a woman, you say marriage is not. Marriage is for everyone. The problem is not in the marriage. The problem is in you. You are the problem, not the marriage. Because you do not know what a marriage entails. You don't know what the marriage needs to succeed. And you are not ready to learn. You are not ready to learn, to see how this marriage will work. You don't care about your partner. You don't care about your wife. You don't care about your husband. This is not fair. If marriage is to work, we need to show passion. We need to show love. We need to understand ourselves. Nobody is perfect. You cannot say you brought your wife. Your wife is supposed to be like this. Your wife is not a toy. Also with your husband is supposed to be acting this way, supposed to be acting the other way. Your husband is not a toy. It's not a toy. So I'm using this medium to urge you. Let us think. Let us have a rethink. Marriage is a beautiful thing. There was a song by the band. It said, love is a beautiful thing. That is how marriage is. Marriage is a beautiful thing. If you understand marriage, you will be the happiest man on earth. You will be the happiest woman on earth. But if you don't understand marriage, you will begin to curse marriage. Even if you see somebody in marriage, you will be angry. Because you don't like, you see that there's no reason for that marriage to exist in the first place. I want to urge you, marriage is not something that is a curse. Marriage is supposed to be a blessing. An institution that is ordained by God. God ordained marriage. He said, for this reason, a man shall leave his family. A woman shall leave his family. They shall cleave together to become what? One flesh. So you ought to understand that when you are married, it's a blessing. Proverbs said that when you are married, you will have the blessing of God in marriage. Marriage is the only institution that when you are married, God bless you. God will add blessing to it. He said, when a man find a wife, he has found a good thing and he will obtain favor from what? From God. That is the only place in the book of Proverbs. God said, when a man find a wife, he has found a good thing. And he will obtain favor from God. The reason why your marriage is not working out because you don't care. You don't know that there is some, when you are having a business, there is a strategies for you to imply into your business, for your business to succeed. If you don't implement these strategies, your business will not succeed. All these people you see that have companies that are global today, that have names on here and there, they strategize. So for your marriage to succeed, you must know what it takes. You must know what it takes to build marriage. Marriage is a very wonderful thing. It's something that every one of us should be praying for. When the day you marry is the most happiest day of your life. Unless you don't know why you get married. If you marry, you're supposed to know that it is a thing that heaven is happy. Heaven is happy with you. The angels of heaven, they join hands to clap, to glorify God for you entering into marriage institution, because they know that there you begin to obtain the favor of God. The blessing of heaven will be now full in your life. But a lot of people don't think that way. A lot of people, they don't know the secret of marriage. They don't care about marriage. A lot of people doesn't, I don't care. What do I need marriage for? What is the importance of marriage? My brother, you are deceiving yourself. My sister, you are deceiving yourself. Marriage is a beautiful thing. It's a great thing. You should be lucky to be married. You should be happy that you are married. Because all those men and women out there who are not married, who say they don't have any reason to be married, they don't have any reason to get married, my brother, go and check their life. They are living, they are pretending, they are living in pretense. They are dying slowly. They are dying in pain. Imagine a man leave home and go to work. Go to work. After returning from work, he will enter the kitchen by himself and prepare his home meal and eat and go to bed. The following day, the same routine. The following day, the same routine. That will be the routine he will be repeating in his life. A time will come, he will be fed up of that routine. He will no longer be comfortable with that kind of routine. The same thing applicable to a woman. You don't need a man in your life. You can do everything for yourself. Yes, good. It's a wonderful thing if you have that thought. You can do it yourself. Yes, it's nice. But a time will come, you will still see there is a emptiness in you. There is a void that needs to be filled. So if that void is not filled, I tell you, my brother, I tell you, my sister, you are deceiving yourself. You are deceiving yourself. If that void is not filled, you will be empty. You will be empty. Marriage is important. Marriage is the most important thing in the life of a man and a woman. If you check the Bible, you see that when it comes to the time for Isaac to marry, the father went and searched for a wonderful woman for him. He asked his servant to go and look for a woman for his son. I'm talking about Jacob. I'm talking about Abraham. Isaac the son. When it comes to the time for him to marry, Abraham told his servant to go and check. Go to the nearby city to look for a woman from this family. Because Abraham knew the importance of Isaac married to a woman that will give him joy. A lot of people here today, they don't care. You just see a woman on the street, you just say, this is my wife. No, that's not how to get married. You must seek the face of God before you get married. If you are a man, you must seek the face of God. If you are a woman, you must seek the face of God. A lot of people today, they don't care. It doesn't matter. You just see the woman, you just rush in. No. That is not how marriage is. Marriage is supposed to be something that before you marry, you seek the face of God. A lot of people, I'm not a Christian. So I'm not a Christian. I don't go to church. So why would I seek the face of God before? Good. You are not a Christian. It doesn't matter. If you are not a Christian, it doesn't matter. You need to seek the face of God. Even if you are not a Christian. You need to still pray to God with the language you know. With the little knowledge you have, you need to still ask God. Please, help me to make the right choice. Because once you make the wrong choice in marriage, you are finished. You are heading for a doom. Once you make the wrong choice in marriage, you are finished. A lot of people will say today, this man of God, how will a man of God of that caliber, how a man of God of that integrity, how will he divorce? You think that man of God want to divorce? You think divorce was what he was, if he sees in his mind that when I'm married, I will just get divorced? No. Enemy came in. In Matthew, Christ was teaching. He said, when the farmer, after tilling the ground and sowing the seed, and went in to go and rest, to go and have rest, to go and sleep, he said in the night the wicked came and also plundered those seed. Once you get married, enemy understand that it is the only institution that says that when you marry, you will obtain favor from what? From God. Whether you are a believer or you are not a believer, it doesn't matter. Once you are married, God always bless those couples. God has never in his mind think there's any reason why a husband and wife should be suffering. What will it profit God if a man and woman will be suffering? What will be his joy? What will be his happiness? No. He will not be happy to see. But you see today they will say, these people are suffering like this. The other people are suffering. Look at the way people are suffering. Look at the way people are sick. You think God is happy that people are sick? You think God is happy that people are not living in harmony? You think God is happy that people are not having a rest of mind in their homes? No. This is not God's work. This is the work of the enemy. This is the work of the wicked. The devil is the one that is responsible for all this chaos you see in marriage, all this problem. The devil is out there going around, destroying marriages, destroying homes. That's why I said for marriage to succeed, there must be tolerance. There must be tolerance. If you don't tolerate your wife, if you don't tolerate your husband, that marriage will not work. There must be compromise. There must be patience. There must be love for marriage to work, for marriage to succeed. I tell you today, if you have the quality that it requires to be a man and the quality that is required to be a woman, and you said your marriage is not working, I think it's hard time you sit down and draw the line and see what is the reason why this marriage is not working. What is happening? You need to understand that God has not predestinate marriage to be in a state of turmoil. God does not want marriage to dissolve. God does not want marriage not to succeed. It is his plan. He has planned it from the very beginning that a man and a woman will cleave together to become one flesh so that they will succeed together. So that is God's plan. So I want to urge you. Your marriage is going to work. All you need is to sit down. Try to understand where you go wrong. What is happening? What is going on? Where the mistakes are, so that you can correct it. You cannot say, it did not succeed because nobody cares about me. Nobody is going to make your marriage work. You are the one that will make your marriage work. If you want your marriage to work, it's in your hands. You are the one that will make it work. So I'm using this medium to urge everyone that we will succeed in our marriage. We will make positive impact in our marriage. But all we need to do is to understand that marriage is not a do or die affair. It's not a do or die affair. It's something that we need to understand very, very well. We need to understand marriage. We need to know what to do, how to go about our marriage, the things our marriage needs to succeed, the things our marriage needs to move forward. We need to understand these things. And when we understand it, we see that marriage is very perfect. It's very easy. It's a wonderful feeling. It's a wonderful experience. So I want to use this medium to urge every one of us that when we want our marriage to work, we must be ready to sacrifice. And that sacrifice is what makes marriage what it is. So I will leave this with you right now. I want you to understand that once you start making those changes, you will see that your marriage will begin to produce positive results. You begin to see things begin to change. As a man, as a woman, you need to understand that you are not God. You cannot say what I say is final. No. We have to compromise. We have to understand ourselves. We have to love ourselves. We have to sit down. There's misunderstanding. There's quarrel. There is things that come up in marriage. We need to sit on the table and iron it out. That's what makes marriage. Understanding ourselves. Living together as one. Doing the right thing. Once you begin to do the right thing, once you begin to understand yourself, once you begin to know the importance of your marriage begin to blossom. And you'll be happy at last. I leave this with you this evening. Try your best and live a profiting life. Try to understand that your marriage is already blessed by God. No matter what is going on today, God has a plan for you. And God will meet you at the point of your need. He's God. He never fails. Heaven and earth shall pass away. His word will never return back to him void. Once God has said, once a man finds a wife, he has found a good thing, and we obtain favor from him, God Almighty. It is God's word. It will not return back to him void. It must accompany what he has said it for. So, let your marriage produce positive results from this day henceforth. And I know you'll be happy that you listen to the sound of my voice today and understand that your marriage is not a curse. Your marriage is a blessing. If it's not acting right, the man is not acting right, the woman, she's not acting right. Let's believe. Let's pray for each other. Iron sharpeneth iron. Nobody's perfect. So as we begin to pray for each other, things will begin to work in our way. And I know God will richly bless you as you listen to this word of advice this evening. And I know that as you move forward, as you move on from today, you'll begin to see new things going on, new things happening in your marriage. And your marriage will be a blessing for you and your entire family. God bless you.